What's up everybody, Gundam Flexing here, and in this video we're going to be checking out the completed high-grade MS-06FZ Zaku II FZ. This guy came out in 2008, which makes him over 10 years old, but luckily for us, he costs roughly about $10. Now, as a learning Gunpla builder, I could highly recommend this model. Not only because it's simple and easy to build, but I think this model is perfect for those who are trying to find a model, trying to practice your weathering, your painting, and other Gunpla techniques. Now this guy sports a couple cool gimmicks and yet very limited weapon systems. For his short-range weapon system, he comes with the standard Zaku Heat Hawk, and for his long-range weapon system, he comes with a Zaku machine gun mounted with a grenade launcher. His gimmicks include an interchangeable head, and all his joints could turn into basically 90-degree or very close to it. Before we go into the model you see in front of you, we're going to be checking out his weapon systems. And coming up first is the Heat Hawk. And here it is. Now this Heat Hawk is standard to all high-grade Zaku Heat Hawks. If anything, is exactly the same, no extra pieces, it's just a single piece. For us, he's able to mount his Heat Hawk in either his left hand or his right hand. There, his hands are about to come out just a little bit, right there. And now we're going to check out his long-range weapon system, the Zaku machine gun. Now this is a very interesting weapon system. It's quite large. He has a detachable magazine clip, and unfortunately you only get one magazine clip, so there aren't any extra mounted on the side. And obviously, because you can't mount this magazine clip, pretty much the only place you could put it is in the weapon itself. Here at the front you have a grenade launcher, and it's pretty much a giant cylinder single piece like this. At the front here you also have a pretty cool muzzle guard or flash guard, and at the back here you have a static shoulder mount, and it's just there for show. You'll notice here on this side there is a little notch right here, and that is because this weapon system can only be mounted with his right hand. So unfortunately he only has one trigger hand, and that's for his right hand. And that's pretty much it for his weapon system. And if we check out the model itself, here it is. Like I stated before, he comes with interchangeable head right here. Right now what I have on the model is the German World War II inspired design right here, so the back portion covers the back part of his neck. And of course he comes with the standard typical Zaku helmet, which is smooth at the top, right there. And what I really like about this model is that typically in the other high grade kits, in order to have these interchangeable heads, all they do is really they just give you an extra helmet piece and you just pop it on there. But in this case they'll actually give you the ability to build two heads, which is pretty nice. On his left shoulder he comes with his spike guards right there. You can see here I was practicing using my Gunpla markers, so I wanted to change it to a lighter green. So I believe under this lighter green color is actually the standard, the dark green color as well. And as I stated before, his hands, elbows, his pretty much elbows and knees could go to 90 degrees like that. On his right side here, we have a cool little Federation or Zeon emblem right here on his shield, on his shoulder shield, and that's typical to any Zaku design. Very mobile like this. And of course his right hand could also go into 90 degree. And while we're looking at his hands, in total he only has 3 hands. His right hand is just his trigger hand right here, which could also mount the Heat Hawk. And then of course he have his open left hand, which is pretty cool. It could fit very well underneath the weapon system right here, the machine gun. And you have an open fist for his left hand, which could also mount the Heat Hawk as well. And those are all the hands. We look around his waist, we have that typical Zaku design right here with the tubes that latch all the way around the back. And as we look at the back, we can see here is where you can mount your Heat Hawk. So the Heat Hawk can either be held in the hand or be mounted in the back of his back skirts. We looked at the right side of his hip, right here. We have pretty much, this is a single piece, but I really like the color. The red grenades there. And unfortunately, that's the only place to mount it, so you really can't mount it on the other side. We look at the legs, or excuse me, we look at the hips first. I want to show you. He's able to swing his hips forward like this, bring it forward as a single unit, like that. So that will give you the ability to create one of the first scenes in Gundam War in a Pocket, the crash scene. So he's able to sit down a little bit like this, and gives you a little bit of ability to do it. It's pretty cool. Now we look at his legs right here. Nothing too special. You'll notice the tubing on the right side is going to be different in terms of color on the right, and that is because I was experimenting with Sharpies, and I could tell you that Sharpies can add a very nice touch to your Gunpla, especially around the Zaku portions here, where this is the original color. You could tell I also tried a panel line between each tubes, and this is the Sharpie color, which looks much better. But one thing you have to note about using Sharpies is that they can rub off very easily. So if I grip it too much, the colors will pop off. And as I stated before, his knees here could pretty much go to 90 degrees. And what I really like about it, but you won't be able to see it, or no one can unless if they show you, is the bottom of his feet. I just love the fact that they add boosters here to try to keep in line with the actual models featured in the OVA. Right there. Unfortunately, his feet is a single piece, so he does not have any heel to toe flexion. But other than that, it's pretty cool. It's very easy to use. Right here we have the side thrusters here, side thrusters here for aesthetics, back thrusters on behind his calves for aesthetics, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to talk about the backpack. So here is the backpack. Very interesting is that these thrusters, he has a total of 3, are not on a ball joint, so they're pretty static and they cannot move. His backpack is also pretty small as well. And that is the Zaku II FZ. Not bad for a 2008 model, and definitely not bad for something that you want to practice your weathering or your painting. Unfortunately, he only comes with limited weapon systems, but it's okay because really what I want to try to do in the future is continue testing him on like different weathering or Tamiya weathering kits too. But that's all I have to say about this model. If you have any questions or comments, please post it down in the section below. As always, I appreciate you all for watching, and then I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully by then my new microphone would come in. Right now I'm running a risk to trying to YOLO this because without the microphone my room gets very echoey. But hey, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, and don't touch your face. Peace out.